Namaste and a very warm welcome to all of you in this live meditation session with me, Dhyanse. Today we begin a new series on Ashtavakra Gita, and we'll meditate along this dialogue between Ashtavakra and Janaka. This series is the series of the truth, the path of the truth. And as we meditate along this path, the only goal, the only aim, the only steps, everything that we will do about this series is only aiming at the truth. The aim is not love. The aim is not joy. The aim is not peace. The aim is truth. Because with truth, everything comes along. With truth comes along love. With truth comes along peace. With truth comes along happiness. The aim of this series, all along these sessions, will be truth. We have gone through the journey of Tibetan Buddhism before. Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, Vigyan, Bhairav Tantra, 112 meditation techniques. So now what is the need of going through Ashtavakra Gita? Why am I bringing Ashtavakra Gita now at this point in time? Even my well-wishers who love me, who care about me, they have been asking me that you have been speaking about all these topics. Why is there a need to continue speaking? Why do I need to speak to the 3 people that are listening, that are interested in spirituality? Why I don't do something else which is far more interesting, where I am enjoying my life in a far more different way? Why am I continuing to speak? Why I pick up these topics like Ashtavakra Gita, these traditions that are based on wisdom, that are bringing truth to life? Why am I doing that? The answer is truth must be told. The reason why we are now going through this journey of Ashtavakra is that the world we live in today needs the truth far more than ever before. This world of information, this world of misinformation, the world where truth has no place at all, where it's only either about the information or about the misinformation. You, me, us in this world have no place for the truth, have no place for the critical thinking, have no place for us, for our truth to come and for us to live the truth that rises within us. Therefore, the truth must be told. Therefore, Ashtavakra Gita must be brought in once again to us as humanity, a dialogue which ignites the truth in all of us, which once again takes us out of the sleep, out of the hypnosis that we all are collectively living right now. If I have to even point at what that hypnosis is, then it is too late. Then the sleep is too deep. Then the truth may not be heard in these series, in these dialogues, and you will fall off this series very quickly. This series, the taste of this series is very straight. The taste of this series is like a medicine. It may feel tasteless, it may even feel bitter, but that medicine is needed for you, for me, for this entire world, for this humanity the way it is right now, the medicine of the truth. Therefore, Ashtavakra Gita has to be brought back into society, has to be brought back into existence, into humanity. Although it may appear to be odd to talk about truth, to talk about wisdom, while so many other things that are going on, that we are living as society, as humanity in these times. Therefore, Ashtavakra Gita. What is this Ashtavakra Gita? This is a dialogue between a master and a disciple, a dialogue between a saint and a king. So far, what we had gone through in the past sessions, the journey of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, that was the dialogue between the goddess and God. And you may for a moment say that the dialogue has no relevance to us, because that dialogue belongs to the realm of godliness, belongs to those who are beyond the human level, beyond humanity. Now this dialogue between Ashtavakra and Janaka, between the saint and the king, between the master and the disciple, this dialogue is a very human dialogue. This dialogue is very relevant to each one of us, to all of our lives, to our lives as an individual, to our lives as this collective humanity. Therefore, it is important to understand this dialogue, that this every aspect of this dialogue that is being brought out by Ashtavakra is directly pointing at you, is directly pointing at me, is directly pointing at all of us. There is no single word that Ashtavakra leaves which is for some other time, which is for some other realm, which is unconcerned with the present, which is unconcerned with how we live. Therefore, every word is medicine. Every word is dehypnotizing. Every word of Ashtavakra Gita, it vibrates within the being. It raises the soul. It raises the being to the truth once again. Every part, every word of this Ashtavakra Gita is pointing only at one thing, that is the truth. If you're interested in the truth, you will see a transformation, a different kind of transformation taking place within you. It may not be easy, it may not be pleasant. Whatever is being said in these sessions may not always be agreeable to you, but it will raise you to the truth. If you hang on, if you give it a chance, it will raise your being, yourself, to the inner truth, to the truth that is there, that is the fundamental basis of all of us. Before we proceed further, before we open up this dialogue between Ashtavakra and Janaka, a few more words on who Ashtavakra is, who Janaka is. Ashtavakra, there are a couple of very beautiful anecdotes about who Ashtavakra is. Ashtavakra means that person which has 8 bends. Ashtavakra had 8 bends in his body. He was the most ugliest person you could have ever imagined. Just think of someone young but having 8 bends in the body. How did that happen? Ashtavakra was cursed by his own father. Yes, by his own father, by his own loved one, the one that would only wish well for his son. He cursed Ashtavakra to have 8 bends in his body. The legend says that Ashtavakra, in the womb of his mother, he was already enlightened at that time. He was already knowledgeable at that time. And while he was listening to his father reading the scriptures one evening, his father was fond of knowledge. He was fond of spirituality. He was the disciple of one of the masters, and he was reading through all the scriptures and repeating, reciting what his master was telling, what the scriptures were saying, and from the womb, Ashtavakra started correcting. He started saying, "What are you reading all these scriptures? Drop all these scriptures." Ashtavakra from the womb started correcting his father. His father, naturally having this truth, he could not handle this truth. He felt insulted. He cursed his own son. He said, "While you will be born with 8 defects, 8 bends in your body." So many truths that come out of this legend, that come out of this anecdote. We as parents, we as loved ones, we as well-wishers can also harm our loved ones. Let us reflect on our own lives and see our own interactions with our loved ones and make sure that we love them. We interact with them not out of our own ego, not out of our own version of things, and see that even a father could have cursed someone like Ashtavakra, and Ashtavakra was born with 8 bends. The second, more important aspect of this legend is that while Ashtavakra was born with 8 bends, those 8 bends, those curses became a reminder for him to carry the truth in him. We all have those 8 bends in us. We all have those curses in us, which make us unique, which give us this possibility to remind ourselves of the truth. Take these moments to reflect on your life. Whatever you call as your bends, your curses of life, they can become a blessing if you allow these curses to point you towards the truth. If you allow these curses to become the reminder of the truth in your life, these curses can become the blessings. So take this message from the legend of the birth of Ashtavakra, that all what has happened in your life, which you may call as curses, which you may call as misfortunes in life, they all are bringing you forward towards the truth. Take them as the pointers, as the reminders of the truth as you proceed in your spiritual journey. We will open up the dialogue of Janaka, of Ashtavakra, in upcoming sessions. For now, let us move in silence in this contemplation of our own curses, pointing us to the truth, reminding us to be awake, to remain aware of the truth in our life. With that contemplation, let us move in silence, let us move in meditation by closing our eyes and turning our awareness inwards. Your body relaxed yet alert. Your awareness in your inner space. With every breath, your attention settling inwards. Observing your inner space. Not trying to change anything, simply observing your inner space. Thoughts, emotions, memories may rise and fall. Simply observe your inner space. truth rises in this inner space. So remain aware. Truth rises in you, not as thought, not as emotion, not as memory, not as an image, not as a sound. Simply observe in silence. With infinite patience, observe your inner space. silently watching, witnessing, observing your inner space. Very gently and slowly, you may open your eyes and continue to watch, observe your inner space with infinite patience. When the dust of your mind settles, truth arises. That truth arises not as a thought, not as an emotion, not as a memory, not as a visual, not as an audio. The truth arises in you as you remain watchful, observant of your inner space. Throughout this journey of Ashtavakra Gita, remain observant of this inner space where you were watchful of all what was happening within you. Remain observant in the session, remain observant outside the session as you proceed in your daily life. Thank you very much. Namaste.